Welcome to Shellbound! Stars are dead, magic is thriving, mana is fuel. This is a combat warriors battle game where you can use spells to, guess what, battle warriors. Combat warriors. Your greatest weapon in this game is actually your own ability to develop combos and develop your own playstyle. So let's talk about how combos work, shall we? This game is all about how well you can combo your moves together. For example, most people, like me, will run a 1-2-3 lineup, a grab, a ranged, and a movement. But of course, since there are a shit ton of spells, there are quite a few combos to run. For example, you could run a ranged spam build, where all you do is grab 2 cheap ranged attacks and spam them at your opponent, giving them an endless stun lock of pain and misery. Or you can run the Your Blood is Frozen, where you can run multiple ice moves to make sure the enemy you're fighting has a terrible time. Or you could run a really effective, expensive, or ineffective kit, where your spells will be sold and your mana will be completely gone. Resources in this game follow your typical game resources, block, stamina, HP, mana, and stones. And the money that we will not talk about. Your block is very important in this game. It is represented by the color yellow. Your block naturally degrades the more you use it, and it stuns you for 7 lifetimes if you run out of it. Your stamina, which is represented by the color white, is your movement. You can sprint, you can dash, you can jump. Those take up stamina. You don't have any stamina, you can't do any of those. Your mana bar is also pretty simple to get a hang of. It's blue, and guess what? You can't cast spells without it, and you gain it over time. I know, it's crazy. And, you know what else is next? It's red. It's health. It's health, and health is very well required in this game, obviously. But you technically have 2 health bars. One when you're standing and one when you're down. Your standard HP bar has 100. And your down state has 15. While you're down, you can only crawl and you can't defend yourself. Plus, you just die to anything other than a cheap spell. So, crawl away, hide. I don't really know. How do you get stones? You may ask. Well, you might want to ask first, what are stones? Stones are the round-based currency you can use to buy spells and utilities. How do you get stones? You get them from A, mining rocks, B, selling spells, and C, killing your fellow brethren. You do lose a percentage of your stones each time you die though, so don't walk around with thousands in your pockets. Weapons in this game encourage slightly different playstyles from one another. It does not vary that much. Different weapons have different ranges, cooldowns, and damage outputs. For example, the anger hits like a semi-truck and encourages you to get really close and personal, which therefore encourages a more close range magic build. You can buy weapons, which are permanent by the way, from the menu loadout screen. Now I won't go into depth with how each weapon works. That's for you, yes, you, to figure out. You can also find chests on the map that will drop utilities. These utilities drop everything else when you die, so make sure to use them, I guess. You have potions, grenades, throwing knife, telepills, and bounces. Basically healing, damage, and movement. And you can buy utilities at the end for at the cost of some stones. Spells have different purposes, and there are lots of spells to use. Lightning spells all about doing cheap and fast damage, fire spells about boosting overall DPS, and earth spells about creating walls and stunning enemies. Ice spells all about freezing your opponent, and lots and lots of more varied spells. Each spell will have a certain role in a certain loadout. Some spells will help you close distance, while others help you stay further away and deal ranged damage. Oh, let's talk about how you get spells. You get spells from these things called obelisks and obviously anvils. There are currently 3 types of obelisks in the game. There are probably going to be more. A spell, choice, and star obelisk. The spell obelisk will give you a random spell, higher chance to get commons, obviously. The choice obelisk works similar to the spell obelisk, but you get to choose out of 3. And the star obelisk is similar to the choice obelisk, but it gives you exclusive spells that are only obtainable through star obelisks, and these spells stick with you even after dying, so they are pretty handy. You can also obtain spells from the anvil, although the higher the rarity, the more it will cost to make. So Shadow Domain and Mana Bomb cost basically 1,000 stones to make, which is debatably worth it. They're not great, but you know. Alright, enough yapping from me. Here are some clips, and subscribe. I want to hold block. I want to see what happens if I hold block.
You die.
Oh, it's just insta-break. I really don't know what I was thinking. Yeah.
Putting fireball and lightning strike.
Oh my fucking god, I hate you. I'm leaving this fucking place. Kill yourself. Not again!
Yes!
Dean, I assume you know how the fire spell you're using works.
My shit despawned right in front of my eyes.
I definitely would be.
That sucks. That you got mad beat, bro. Holy.
Bro, I got hit
Wait,
by the fucking fire.
I'm gonna go AFK for a second. I want to add to that clip. Fuck up. Prick.
Grenades do self-damage.
I'm aware. I hate. Fuck off with this shitty ass combo.